Welcome to Widelity Media. I'm Persephone Valentine, your host, and today I am joined by Sanford Jewett, who is our Senior Director. Sanford has worked in different aspects of the telecom world for many years, building and implementing network integrations and different services, including satellite technology. He has also worked in business management and marketing and development. How are you today, Sanford?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you're currently working on for Widelity?
Yes, I'm leading the technology strategy group at Widelity, and what we focus on is helping companies who are trying to figure out their marketing strategy, their go-to-market plans, their technology strategy, and also their partnering strategy. Currently, I have three main clients that I'm working with. One of them is a startup company that developed some very innovative technology to use spectrum more efficiently, and we're working to develop some proof of concepts with them. Another client that I'm working with that's very busy these days is focused on expanding broadband across the United States into areas that are unserved or underserved, and we have a number of projects going, including in Virginia, in Mississippi, and up and down the East Coast, where we're working to bring fiber and wireless connections into communities that are underserved. And I'm spending a lot of time also in general business development for Widelity.
So it sounds like you have your hands in a number of different pots and you're managing quite a bit between different client and vendor relations, different organizations you're working with. How do you manage to balance all that together to do your job effectively?
Constantly prioritizing and reprioritizing. I usually have a given amount of commitment to various clients, and I book my schedules accordingly. Try to take advantage of different time zones. I actually am working on a third client project, which is focused on East Africa. So I tend to work on that one in the morning because of the time zone differences. It's about 8 hours difference between us in Washington, D.C. and our target partners that we're talking to in Kenya and some of those surrounding countries. So I do that in the morning. And then I have a West Coast client and I focus on him more in the afternoon. Really, I love working in international markets. I've probably spent, my career is going towards 40 years now probably. And I've probably spent a half of my career in the satellite segment and a half of my career in terrestrial wireless network projects, dating back to my first wireless job was back in the early 80s. So I've kind of grown up with the wireless industry, and I started doing international things almost immediately and have traveled all over with some of my clients, and actually lived in the Middle East for a few years and ran marketing for a satellite operator who was based in Dubai. I get very excited about working in other countries and getting to understand the landscape. It's always very different in terms of we all use the same technologies, but the nature of the markets and the pricing and the competitive differences are interesting. So I really enjoy working in international markets.
It seems like you're the type of person willing to take on a challenge, and that's sort of, no matter where the challenge is, you're willing to meet it head on, correct?
Well, yeah, I love it. And that's one fun thing about consulting is it's intellectually very stimulating, challenging, because things are changing so quickly. So we all have to spend a lot of time reading and attending webinars. Actually, that's one silver lining of COVID is that we all have time to attend more webinars, and that's been good for staying current with technologies as we move towards 5G. And another area that I've been focusing on is IoT, or the Internet of Things, and monitoring, using wireless networks to monitor things and track things and run businesses more efficiently.
Technology, as far as wireless communication, has changed extremely rapidly. Technology in general's growth has gotten faster and faster since the 80s, 90s. What has it been like having to learn to use and implement all these new processes, like one after another? Because once one new form of technology is implemented, the other one's already on the way.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've lived through many of those, and it's an important lesson. And I think the key lesson for anyone who's providing technology in the telecom space is that there's constantly these substitutes coming along, and not only people's behavior changes, but also there's a lot of different overlap of technologies. So the key is, I guess one bad thing for an operator is you're never very safe for very long. If you come out with a great service, you can only rest on your laurels for a couple of years before someone else is going to be coming in and competing in your market space. And that's something that we do in technology strategies. We try to help our clients see those things coming and be prepared to evolve their own services so that they can stay competitive.
And that is incredibly important because there's always someone waiting to usurp the throne, essentially,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And I think the beneficiary is the consumer and the user. When you think about the way we use the value we get today from a cell phone, it's incredible. And we manage our whole lives there and communicate and get information and keep our schedules and take our photographs and do everything with our handsets. So there's great value to the consumers. But it creates a lot of turbulence for the operators and for the technology companies. And again, you cannot rest on your laurels at all. You have to constantly be evolving and seeing the changing trends.
And it's a good thing that both Widelity and our clients have someone like you who can help them stay ahead of the curve and be successful into the future. Thank you, Sanford, for taking the time to meet with me and discuss the things that you're doing and the things that you've done. And to everyone watching, I will be back with another interview soon, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.